Hey guys, what's up? All right, so today's goal for my little 3D print shop is two things. One, two, that's not Maker World. I don't know what happened. We're gonna create something for Maker World. Now I know that seems crazy because I'm not making any money, but there is money to be made on Maker World in the way of boost points, even though people are not obligated to boost your product. Now I am printing out right now a new keychain. I've been doing a few keychains targeting dogs, more popular dogs, and doing a little bit of, being more than just text. So that's printing out right now. Hopefully it comes out great. We'll get some photos of it, get it online, and then get it in our Etsy store. But I want to create something for Maker World specifically because I get boost points. So far, about $120 worth of boost points. Now, I've used that in the past to order filament, do a number of things. So my goal here is what I want to try to do is generate enough boost points from sharing models to buy some 3D printers. Now, not X1Cs or P1Ss, but maybe A1 minis. When I really think about it, the vast majority of my products are fairly small, and most of them would print on an A1 mini. And an A1 mini doesn't take up a lot of room, relatively cheap, and if I expand into bigger printers, I can still keep them around to print those small products. So here's the goal: create some products to put on Maker World to get boost points to buy A1 minis. We're gonna see if it works. So I need to come up, what really works really good on Maker World is products that help guys, girls, everyone that already have a 3D printer. So not too long ago, I created this model. It is the core of a bamboo spool, and it's a top and a bottom to make it a storage unit. This is probably one of my most popular designs on Maker World. So I know that things like this related to the 3D printer are popular and people will engage with it, they'll boost it. And when they get enough boost points, I'm almost at 400 again, which is about 40 bucks. I don't need a whole lot of boost points to be able to get an A1 mini for free. Seems wild. So today I'm going to be concentrating on coming up with a new idea for Maker World to create a new product for Maker World. I've got plenty going on Etsy already. I've kind of cranked up the ads a little bit. I haven't been really advertising a ton on Etsy, and I guess I just didn't have a lot of faith in the product and the process. You noticed the other day, the video that I shared, I was actually bringing more people to my Etsy page than Etsy was. But when I look back at it, a small percentage of that was from ads. So I decided to crank it up a little bit. Shout out to Mountain Maker. I was watching his video the other day, and he kind of showed in the beginning he was kind of spending more in ads than he was making money, but it helped build his reputation on Etsy, and now he's reaching more profitability. So maybe I suck it up and pay for some ads, even though in the end I might actually lose a little bit of money. But at least it helps gain my reputation in the Etsy community, and that's where it's at. Again, at the end of the day, if you don't make products that people want, none of this matters. So even though I think it's cool, if no one else does, then it doesn't really matter. So that's the goal for today. If I come up with something, I may share it in this video. If I don't, maybe I won't. But we'll definitely get back to the keychain, and we'll kind of go through not only printing out that keychain for the first time, but taking some photos of it and what I do with my photos now and what I've changed from when I started. All right, guys, I'll be back in a little bit. All right, poodle keychain complete. Now I just have to put the ring on it, and we'll take some photos of it and get it up on Etsy. Now, mind you, I've done the Frenchie I've done the American Bully, and I've sold a few of them. I'm not killing it, but they are up there to make some money at least. So let's grab the parts we need. This might be difficult one-handed. All right, so all we have to do is get it assembled. We get some non-marring pliers. These have no teeth on them. And then these rings are already separated. So you just put the chain on. You put your keychain on. All right, and then we take our pliers and we just close up that gap. And boom, we have a finished product. So now we just need to get some photos of it. So now when it comes to photos, I'm doing things a little different than I used to do. I've always been into photography. I kind of did some landscape for a while, some architecture, and then as I got into breeding dogs, I started shooting my dogs. I'm always paying attention not only to my subject, but my background. I need to make a very interesting photo. And that works okay with Etsy and eBay if you want to make a K-cup holder and put it in your kitchen and make it look like it's being used. That's awesome. But when I signed up for Amazon, and specifically Amazon Handmade, an interesting thing happened. I used one of my fancy photos and they immediately deactivated my listing because they have some specifics. White background. Even though I've seen some sellers using black backgrounds, they want a white background. They want 1,000 pixels on the long side, 256 or 512 on the short side, I believe it is. And the product needs to take up about 80% of the frame. So because my intent is to start listing everything on Amazon also, I'm just gonna fall all my photos within those limitations. I don't have a photo booth yet, but we're going to take advantage of one of these shelves, especially the one that's up on this wall, because the wall's white and the inside of the shelves are white. And it's great for little tiny products like this to take photos of to get those specifications. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull this shelf out right here, swing this light around, and we're going to use this little shelf as our photo booth. Now, if you're curious of what I'm using for equipment, this is a Ambifill A2, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, Ambifill A2. It's just an LED-based light, and it does have a diffuser built in. Using that on a small Manfrotto tripod, that way I can arrange it however I want. In this case, would be just to shine inside this box, like that. And I can arrange that however I see fit. Now, for the camera, it's a Sony A7R5. And it has a Tamron 35 to 150 f2 to f2.8. And I do have a lower grip on it, so you can see that this is more of a setup that I would use when I'm shooting dogs or I'm outside, but obviously we're adapting it for this purpose. So this will be our booth, and things will be so overexposed in the background that a lot of the details will get lost. You'll notice it just looks like it's all white just because we're going to overexpose it, and we're just going to expose for our subject. Now, I will warn you, cameras like this will make your 3D printed projects look like hot garbage, right? Because there's a small amount of stringing or tiny details that, you know, from the naked eye, from a distance, look fine. But when zoomed in with a camera like this, when you look at the photos, you're like, oh my God, that looks like shit. But the reality of it is, they don't. The camera is just really good at zooming in on things. So we've got our photos taken. Next, I'll be going over to Photoshop to clean up what looks like a complete catastrophe. And I did print it with my 0.6 nozzle. I probably should have had my 0.4 nozzle in for this, but it's just for the photo. If I do a run of them, which I may do a run of a few, I'll probably throw my 0.4 nozzle back in because we can get those intricate details, especially in that poodle head. All right, so the next thing I need to do is I need to figure out how much I'm going to charge for this product. Now I am going to switch back over to the 0.4 nozzle and use modified values, and now I'm going to slice plate, and this is going to generate that report up here that tells me how much material was used and how long it took. And I'm just going to create a screenshot of that because I have created a custom GPT that will price all my products, and I'll kind of show you that here real quick. Let me bring that up. Man, GPT's running slow today. Oops. Alright, so this is my pricing calculator using ChatGPT. So basically what it does, and maybe, just maybe, what variables do you consider when you're pricing 3D prints? Let's try it again.
When pricing 3D printed items, I consider the following variables. Material costs. 1. Weight of material used, measured in grams. Cost rate, 3 cents per gram. 2. Printing time, duration the printer runs in hours. Sliding scale hourly rates, $5 for the first 1 to 2 hours, $4 for 3 to 6 hours, $3.50 for 7+ hours. Labor, 3. Manual labor time, time spent handling the printer, post-processing, or other manual tasks in hours. Rate, design time, if applicable. 4. 3D modeling or CAD work, time spent creating or modifying the design in hours. Rate failure rate, failure percentage, percentage of prints expected to fail. Costs incurred during failures, material, machine time, labor, and design are factored in. 6. Markup, desired profit margin, typically 50% added to total costs. Additional adjustments. 7. Wholesale discount. If specified, a flat 25% discount is applied to the retail price. 8. Etsy fees. 10% of the final price to account for platform fees. Bulk production. 9. Number of items in the job. Total cost is divided by the number of items for a per item price. By considering these variables, I calculate a fair and comprehensive price that reflects the true cost of production while ensuring profitability.
So there we go. And that is a thing to consider. So we're going to feed in this screenshot, and just for the sake of argument, we're going to say no labor. So we're just telling it we didn't have any labor involved in this product, which would be true in the future because we would be printing something that's already done. So now she's going in, reading from the screenshot, throwing all those variables in, doing all the math for us, and she's going to spit out a final number, which is $4.18, which is beautiful. Now, I list all these on Etsy with free shipping, and I calculate for about $5 for shipping on these. So that would put us at $9.18, probably a nice round number of $10 free shipping is what I'm going to do. Now, what we can see, which will be interesting, is let's do the math on this. So my computer's freaking out. All right, so we can go in here and we can clone. And let's just say I do 4 more on this one plate, right? So I'm doing a grand total of 5 of these products at one time. Now what you'll find is that slice the plate, and then we're going to take a screenshot of this. And I guess this would be a scenario possibly where the client said, hey, I want 5 of those, and you could offer a discounted rate. So we would get the same thing, no labor, 5 items on this job, we'll say. So basically we're telling her, here's the material we're going to use. There's actually 5 items in this particular job. So she'll do the math again, but then she'll divide it by 5. I say she, I guess I associate AI as a woman. We'll do the math again and then break it down per the 5 items. And you see the per item price drops to $2.78. It drops pretty substantially. The whole plate only was on $13 completely. So you realize that material cost and time is not exponential, right? So if you print 1 product or you print 5 products, it's cheaper actually to produce 5 at once than it is to produce 1. So with that in mind, what you would do is you would obviously print 5 of them at one time because it saves you money, but you have to consider, maybe I don't have poodles on hand, and if I sell just 1, it's going to cost me the single price to produce it. So what do? Well, what I do is I'll offer a volume discount more than likely. Hey, if you buy 1, it's this much. If you buy 2, it's this much. If you buy 5, it's this much. Whatever. I don't know actually what I did on Etsy. I don't know. I did that with the napkin holders. I don't think I did that with the keychains. I think I just did a single. I'm pretty sure it's just flat rate $10 for the keychain. Let's scroll down here and find the keychain. Yep, $10 free shipping is what I ended up doing for the keychains. And you can see this is the old photo style, which I preferred, but I'm not allowed to do that now. Well, I shouldn't do that now because of, where's the Frenchy one? Here's the Frenchy one. I probably should scale that Frenchy one up a little bit. It makes it too long, but it's not very big compared to like the poodle one. But anyway, there we go. So that's how I price my products. Now, give it the math be good or bad or whatever, I don't know. And yes, you could have access to that pricing AI if you chose to, but you would have to be a GPT, premium subscriber. So you can't share those custom GPTs with just regular people, with just non-members, right? They can't access it. So, all right. So now we've got a price. We're going to do $10 flat, and we can just upload it to our Etsy and get it started. All right. So we're going to get our listing set up, and this is how I do, especially when it is the same thing. I'll go up here to copy, and I'll create a copy of that item, and then we just change it. So in this case would be poodle. Poodle keychain custom colors. And now we'll delete all the photos related to the poodle, and we'll add the poodle photos in. And I know there's nothing on my desktop that anybody would be. So you see our main photo and then the additional photos, and then we have to go down here. And then you see where it says Frenchy, we need to change that to poodle. Uh-oh. Having some grammatical challenges. There we go. Poodle, keychain, dog, lover's pet, lightweight, accessory, Frenchy. There we go. Great for enthusiast, keychain, bag, blah, blah, blah. Have a background color. Says no, blah, blah, blah. We'll go down to our tags and see. Backpack tag, dun, 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 dun. We're going to add poodle. And the other one, I don't know why I didn't have bulldog or French bulldog or American bully in it. That's interesting. So free shipping I've got already set up, so everything looks pretty good now. I didn't have to change anything other than the photos. So we'll hit publish, copy with changes. Dun, dun, dun. And now we go back and we'll find, let me do this. I need to do that. I don't know why that wasn't in there. French bulldog. Frenchie. Oh no. That's IE. What is that? We'll kill that one out. We can't add more than 13 tags. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Add these two, and then we'll publish the changes. And we need to do that for this one, even though I don't imagine there's a ton of American Bully people on Etsy. You never know. American Bully. We'll just add that one and hit save. All right, so there's our poodle listing, and we can go look at it on Etsy. And there we go. So we got the poodle, the keychain. It really does suck doing everything on a white background. I'll just tell you that right now. It sucks. But the other thing we probably should have done, which I don't know if we did, we'll scroll down here. We're at the poodle listing. And Etsy ads is turned on. Okay, cool. Is this the poodle? Oh, wow. So it even copied the ad settings. Nice. All right, so we're done there. We've got our product listed on Etsy. It's good to go. It automatically copied over all of the settings. For the Frenchie listing, we just changed it to poodle, and boom, nice and simple. All right, guys, well, that's it for today. We've got you through listing our brand new keychain. I did come up with a design that was going to put on Maker World, but I decided I wasn't going to do that. I think I'm going to list it on Etsy and see how it goes. If it doesn't take off, if I don't get any sales, then maybe I'll throw it on Maker World. But I kind of like the design, and it seems relevant right now for some reason. All right, guys, well, I appreciate you tuning in, watching the video. And if you have any questions, comments, hit me down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I have reached 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm at like 1,040 now. I hear after you hit 1,000, it kind of goes up from there, but we'll see. All right, guys, later.